everyone, welcome back. Hello to my progressors, those who always achieve something no matter what. I must say my day's been a bit of a yo-yo. 1 minute up, 1 minute I'm down, but you know, nothing will get to me. This is part of my reason for doing my regular lives on my Monday and Wednesdays. So no matter what, I'm going to make myself come and present myself to you. So here I am. Thank you for all the kind messages and well wishes. I'm getting along better, hobbling around, much progress there, but obviously not doing too much. Hey there. Oh, that's so sweet of you to come on. I enjoy your walks. I love your water bottle, Patty. That was a lovely gift you got there. And that sure would make me want to go out for a walk. Just carrying a really nice water bottle and lovely little logo on there. I thought that was lovely doing that. So, yeah, that's great. And before I forget, because I want to try and remind everybody that go on Gail's Southern Living. I've linked it in the description below. She's actually doing a collaboration. It's my favourite collaboration of all collaborations. Anybody can take part. And it's finding a weird container to grow in. So not a pot, but anything else that you grow in. Even if you don't have a garden, you can grow indoors in a weird thing. So do look out for something weird you can grow in and then send her a video of it. You can do lots in one video or lots of different videos. You can do it as many times as you like. As I say, I've linked it in the description below here, but it's Gail's Southern Living is the channel. And obviously, if you go on there, you can find out more about it. It's just for fun, but she links all your clever ideas. It's from now until, I'm not sure if it's the beginning of August or the end of August, but get going now on it anyway. And it's a lovely collaboration. So do that. Hey there, Della. How are you doing, my friend? One of my longest YouTube supporters. So thanks for always being there, Della. And as I say, if anyone else has been here a long time, then do let me know you're still here. That would be really great. It's always good to know who the long-term friends are, as well as all new friends. I thank all my new subscribers for checking me out as well, and more than anything, the long-term subscribers. So I really thank you for being here. It's lovely. It really is like old friends meeting up all the time. And Della's a great supporter. So thanks, Della. Always love seeing you in the chat, as I do everybody. And talking about my community, do check out my community posts. I'm always posting little odd things on there. I tend to use it as a message board more than anything else. So anything random that's happening, like where I had my accident, I just posted on there just so people can keep up to date with me. Just planting more planting. Yay, what you planting, Della? I love to hear about your garden, what's going on there. What sort of stuff are you planting? Obviously, I can't do my garden. Today I was editing the Fateful Day, the beans video. I've edited that, so that'll be going up soon. The building the framework that I've built for my runner beans and French beans. Yeah, so I've just done that, edited that. I feel a bit sad when I'm editing my gardening stuff. And I'm going to be putting up the next indoor garden, which is just prior to planting out the beans. I always get mixed up sometimes what I'm filming, what I'm editing, and what I've actually posted. So I'm just going to look at, I'm still sitting dead awkward. I've got my leg up here to keep it elevated, which is quite handy now because I can lean my file on my leg. Let's just have a look so I know what I'm talking about. Today I posted on this channel one of my walks. So obviously that's not real time. You're way behind. That's walk O. And I'm editing next walk S. So you're quite behind on my walks I've done. So there's a nice walk there if you want to look at that today. And prior to that, I posted my irises in bloom and the backstory of how I've got so many irises. And prior to that, I posted that we were going to Paphos Airport and how we picked up our volunteer there, our latest volunteer. And I knew what she looked like, and I'm not joking. 5 people came out of the airport door, you know, where you leave the plane and come into the main reception-y area. And 5 people, I'm going, Kate. And they're like, no. No, who are you with, woman chasing us? And I'm not joking, they did all look the same. So I've called it doppelgangers. That's really funny. And the next video I'm going to post on, what day is it today? Wednesday. So it would be Friday. The next video will be what she did while she was here. So that will be showing you what the volunteer did. Obviously, each volunteer that comes here does completely different things, because it's seasonal and then there's different jobs and different things to do. Della says, hi to Patty. I'm getting ready to subscribe to your channel. Thanks to Dawn letting us know. Oh, that's lovely. That's lovely. Yes, Patty does. I normally tune in on her walks because like today, it was literally finished just before I set up for this live, even though our times are completely weird because here it's 5:30 at night. But obviously Patty's doing a morning walk. So I normally jump on there if I'm not trying to sort of do something else before my live. So if I'm just setting up, obviously today I'm not doing anything, so I was ready for that one. On my other channel, if you don't know it, that's also linked below, is Tranquility Through Life's Natural Beauty. I've posted a little bit about how Easter is celebrated in Cyprus. It's Greek Orthodox is the religion in Cyprus, so there's about that. And I've done, prior to that, a painting craft project. Somebody was throwing away like a clay type wine cooler, and I just painted it all up. So there's a video on that. And today I posted goats. They literally walk past our house every single day, the goats. So I posted that. I like to post both on this channel and my other channel to show you the goats. And my next post on that channel is I did this circular puzzle. This is my second circular puzzle. So I time-lapse it so you can sort of see it coming together. As you can see, there's no actual edges and there's no top or bottom. And all the pieces are very random shapes. So I was saying before, even when you're on like the last few pieces, it's not like you've got set shapes so you can put it in. You might see a shape and be looking for that shape, and it could be 2 or 3 other pieces that make that shape. So I really enjoy those. My friend lent them to me. I don't know if she's got any more circular ones, but it's 2 circular ones now. I like jigsaw puzzles that are a bit different. So I'm going to be sharing more of those with you as well. What else? Oh, I shared last time. These were Mike's mum's books, and I've shared different things about them. They were a weekly thing you could buy and make up a series. And I noticed in the front of each one is a little gardening calendar, like what to do. And I read out the 1st of April last time what you should be doing in your garden. Bear in mind these are English, so they might be slightly not your time zone. So but for me, I should have definitely have already done whatever it says for the week. Thanks, Stella. Return the favour soon. Oh, bless you. Lovely community. So I'm going to read you what you should be doing in the 2nd week of April today. And as I say, for me, if I haven't done it, it's a bit late because English weather and the season, although we're in the same season as England, our weather is obviously a lot different. So Let me read it to you. So this is what you should be doing in the second week of April in England, and adjust it to your area. In the vegetable garden, we're now in the middle of the important season for sowing brassicas, so it seems an appropriate time to look in more detail at this major family of vegetables. The leafy brassicas listed in most seed catalogues are Brussels sprouts, cabbage, savoy, cauliflower, broccoli, sprouting broccoli, calabrese, Chinese cabbage, and kale. Some root swedes and turnips, for instance, are also brassicas, but I will deal with these elsewhere. All the ones mentioned here require the same kind of soil, namely one enriched with plenty of rotted farmyard manure or compost, and with any tendency to acidity corrected by liming. All are susceptible to the same pest and disease, so should not follow one another in any crop rotation. Sorting out which brassicas to sow when can be a bit of a problem for the less experienced gardener. Brussels sprouts grow slowly and end up as quite tall plants with thick woody stems. They need as long a growing period as possible, and in particular they need to be well established before a late spring or summer drought occurs. Fortunately, they're quite hardy and can be sown in very early spring. I usually sow a box of seeds in autumn, and I keep it over winter in a cold frame or covered by a cloche. A very hard winter will kill the seedlings, but after a mild one, there are weeks ahead of those that would be sown in spring. So although it is still quite feasible to sow Brussels sprouts this month, they would really do better if they had been in the soil for some weeks. Cabbage, however, is a different matter. Apart from spring varieties of cabbage, that is, those which are sown in summer to harvest next spring, all other types are sown in spring, in boxes and under cloches for the early crops, outside in a fine seed bed for main and late crops. It's possible to have cabbages for harvesting for early autumn to late winter by selecting early, medium, and late varieties. Check with your seed catalogue that you're planting the right one for the seasons in which it will be required. Hey, good morning there, cruising is fun. Thanks for the shout out. Cauliflower and heading broccoli are two other major brassica crops. It's difficult to define the difference between the two, though for practical purposes, these which produce heads in summer may be called cauliflowers and the rest broccoli. Some catalogues now refer to them all as cauliflowers, with broccoli distinguished as winter cauliflowers. In general, broccoli are hardier than cauliflowers. I usually wait until the end of April or even early May, when not too many frosts can be expected. We never have frost here. And sow them outdoors. By selecting a suitable range of varieties, you can have a succession of crops from late autumn right through to winter until the following early summer. Cauliflowers fill the gap from early summer to mid-autumn. To produce heads in early and mid-summer, the seedlings need to be brought on in the greenhouse, the earliest of all being sown under glass in the autumn. For the late ones, I make a succession of sowing in boxes throughout the late winter and early spring. Then I move the boxes out of the greenhouse or cloches when the weather is right to harden them off. Specifically interesting at this time of the year is a new range of Australian varieties of cauliflower, which are sown in a week or so and will produce heads in early and mid-autumn. The early cauliflowers and the Australian varieties are mostly dwarf or semi-dwarf, but the standard autumn varieties are rightly given the name of giant. Sprouting broccoli comes in three colours: green, purple and white. The green is more generally known as calabrese and is the vegetable we buy from the deep freezer cabinet as broccoli spears. It is moderately hardy, and you can sow it now to produce a crop in late summer. Purple and white sprouting broccoli differs from each other only in the colour of their curds, but they are early and late types of both. They're ready for harvesting in a succession of pickings from early spring until late spring. They're usually very hardy. The only advantage in sowing earlies is to get plants well established before the onset of the drought of the summer, but normally the end of this month is quite early enough. Much the same applies to kale, though here you have a different choice for treatments. You can either sow early and aim for big solid plants with woody stems and a mass of shoots on each crown, or you can sow any time during the spring and summer and compensate for the smaller size of each plant by leaving them unthinned where sown. Many gardeners are getting to know and like a more unusual member of the cabbage family, Chinese cabbage. This crisp salad and green crop grows rapidly, however, and so is not inadvisable to sow before midsummer. Crops which can be sown this week to provide a succession to others already sown are lettuce, radish, carrot, spinach, peas, turnips and dwarf bean. It is not too late to put in a few broad beans, leeks and parsnips if conditions have been unfavourable earlier. You should be able to continue picking your forced rhubarb, winter greens and kale this week, and the first of the fresh salads will be very welcome. Spring onions, lettuces and radishes should be ready. Prepare trenches for celery and runner beans if you have not done so. Dig plots as winter greens are cleared. And now we'll talk about the fruit garden. If you're growing fruit, do let me know what you're growing. Continue to protect peaches and nectarines against frost, as the nets or other coverings usually may keep insects away from the flowers. It may be necessary to pollinate them artificially. I just get a little paintbrush for anything I want to hand pollinate and just go a little bit in each thing. Aphids such as greenfly or blackfly cause damage to most fruits and vegetables. Watch out for and destroy them as soon as you see them. You should keep an eye open for signs of fungus disease, American gooseberry mildew on your gooseberry bushes. And then they always talk about spraying and chemicals in this book. This is from the 70s, so I don't look at those parts. Continue to look out for big bud on blackcurrants. Most fruit trees, especially neglected ones, will benefit from a mulch of rotted farmyard manure or garden compost at this time of year. In your greenhouse, continue to pay close attention to ventilation, opening the ventilators of your greenhouse and the lights of frames in warm weather and in the middle of the day. Close them still at night. Sow dwarf and runner bean seeds for transplanting outdoors later. Remove side shoots on tomatoes to encourage the formation of the fruit, not foliage. And then just at a glance, things you should sow in this week for vegetables: Brussels sprouts, broad beans, beetroot, sprouting broccoli, cabbage, carrot, kale, leeks, lettuce, peas, onion, parsnips, radish, savoys, spinach, beets and turnips. You should plant potatoes, onion sets, shallots, artichokes, asparagus. I already have great big artichokes already. We have globe artichokes, and they're like this big already, the purple heads. So it just shows how ahead I am. You should transplant lettuce. You should harvest spring broccoli, kale, greens, false chicory, rhubarb, lettuce, radish, spring onions. Herbs, you should sow parsley, chives, dill and caraway. My parsley is now this tall. My chives I've been eating for some time. Fruit, protect and pollinate apricots, peaches and nectarines. Mulch, gooseberries, cane fruit, currants and top fruit. And in the greenhouse, sow aubergines, dwarf beans, cauliflower, celery, celeriac, lettuce, melon, courgettes, other marrows, onions, peppers, pumpkins, squash, tomatoes for transplanting outdoors, and plant tomatoes. So I hope that was helpful for some of you out there. If you don't grow anything, why not give something a go? If you don't have a garden, you can grow indoors. You can just put a few pots outside your door, like I put the great big water containers outside my door and put a few things there. And if not, there must be somebody near you that has a garden that will be quite happy for you to come and grow for them and share the produce. So think about that. Okay, let's play a game. I'm going to continue with the game that I got sent from Andrea from Digging for Health channel. There's some fun questions. I'm going to answer them. You'll get to know me better, maybe for good, maybe for not, depending on my answers. And if you want to answer either now, if you're in the chat, or later on, maybe you want to put some answers in the comments. I always love to see your answers. And let's see. First question is, where is your favourite place to relax? I bet a lot of people say bath. I don't have a bath. Did you know that? I don't have a bath. Relax. In the summer, I like to go on a hammock. So I very much like to go on a hammock and relax a lot. I do like a good sofa, to just relax on a sofa. I would say I need a sofa. I prefer that to bed. Obviously not for sleeping, but to relax on. I just like a good, comfy sofa. So for me, that is where. How do you let someone know when you're angry? I think they can tell because I just won't say anything. I will just nothing. There will be no response from me. Let me just turn this backlight on. You might be able to see me a little bit better. There. Is that a bit better? I can read the cards better now as well. I forgot to turn the room light on. Yes, I would say if someone annoys me, I just won't respond, or so I will go quiet if someone annoys me. So I think people can tell. What is the next job that will be lost to computers? Oh, I say this every time. I would like some sort of instant travel that you can literally go from here to there. And that must be possible. I'm not talking about time travel per se, but an instant from here to there. And if you think television, how that works on radio waves and how you use your computer, fiber optics and all those kinds of things, it must be possible. So just imagine, yes, you weren't booking anything to go traveling or anything, but actually lost to computers. I don't like everyone's starting to talk about having ID on them all the time and all your information. But I guess that's a lot of people are already doing that by carrying their phones around and having information in their phones. They were talking years ago in England about everyone having a chip put in them for your safety. If something happened to you, all your information's in you and they read a chip. I don't think so. You imagine like Bluetooth, you just walk past something and someone could pick up all your information. You already get that with credit cards, that you now have to buy these sort of protection wallet things, because you can just walk past, if you've got it in your purse or your wallet, your credit cards, and it could be read in the kitchen. Oh, are you cooking, Patty? Are you cooking? So, yeah, I wouldn't like to say it, but basically, I think computers will be in the past. Everyone's doing everything on their phone pretty much. So I think something like that. Maybe you even carry some personal, like Palm tablet or something. I think computers will be a bit lost. What is a sure sign someone is lying? Some people say persistent liars is whenever their lips are moving. Persistent liars. A sure sign someone's lying. Well, I've done psychology, so I can tell you this. I can tell you one sure way is for somebody to keep saying something. For example, you all must know a child, if let's say something's broken on the floor and the parent walks in the room, the guilty child will always say, I didn't do it. More often than not, they did do it, because if it was someone else, they would say Peter did it or the dog did it. But to self-say that you didn't do it, you probably did do it. So the adult side of that is if someone keeps sort of repeating something. Oh, I really enjoyed that holiday. Oh, the holiday was amazing. We had such a good time on holiday. They're reinforcing themselves to believe, and for everyone listening to believe, the holiday was good. If they just said once, oh, we had a good time, then it was a good holiday. But to keep reiterating something is a sign of a lie. So that's one for you. What is a strange thing to take a picture of? Well, selfies is a bit sad, because my generation, as a child, you got annoyed when your parents wanted to take pictures of you on holiday. Now people are so self-obsessed, they have to take a picture of themselves all the time. And I don't like videos when you see somebody, say on YouTube, saying, look at this wonderful scenery, the mountains or the sea, and they have their face, let's say they've got a selfie stick, and instead of just showing you the thing, they turned round with the selfie stick and their head is in the middle of the frame the whole time. It's like, we don't want to see your head, we want to see what you're talking about, the view. So that's a bit strange when you're talking about look at the view and you're turning around with the selfie stick pointing to you in all directions, showing the view. My generation as well finds it very bizarre that you want to take a picture of every meal you have. I get if it's something particular, but just to take a picture of every meal you have or say what you had all the time, to me, that's quite bizarre. Like you go to a restaurant and they present you with this big, massive dessert with the fireworks in. Yeah, I get that. Or your birthday cake. Yeah, I get that. But just to show your meal. But I must say I'm a little guilty of that, only for the fact I'm showing you value for money in Cyprus. I have showed you a couple of times what we have here. So that, but just to show, like it's an Instagram or whatever, food of the day. I know Patty shows what she's eating, but that's her actual content of her video. But I'm talking about the youngsters who show every single meal, every day, what they eat is quite bizarre. What is the rudest thing you have ever done? Rudest thing? I've probably finally snapped and told somebody what I thought of them. Possibly, I can't think of anything particular, but I would say possibly that at some point I've actually said, like, the final straw, this is what I think. Maybe I can't really put my finger on it, but I like to think I'm quite a nice person. Or, as I say, if people bother me, I try and just walk away from it or let them be if that's how they want to be. If you could rewrite history, what time period would you focus on? I would say wars, any war, past or present. I would say any war. It's got to be that, very much so. You may well know that Cyprus is divided. So because I live here, maybe I would focus my attention on that, possibly, because even today we're having effects from that. And that I'm talking about the 70s. That was in the 70s. What is a terrible excuse for not attending an important family event? What's a terrible excuse? A terrible excuse. An excuse. A terrible excuse. It's a terrible excuse for not attending an important family event. Oh, I would just say, I don't know. I would just say perhaps something like saying, well, we're planning something else that day, meaning you haven't already planned something. So that would be an excuse because it's a lie. And it's terrible because it's not something that's already happened or planned. I guess that's quite difficult. Because I'm the sort of person, if I really didn't want to go somewhere, I would say, oh, I'll leave it this time and give my reasons. I don't know. What's a terrible thing to do while you're driving? Well, I don't drive, but a terrible thing, not looking at the road, driving with one hand. So anything that is, it only takes a split second for an animal to dart out or anything at all. It takes a split second. So not focusing on the driving, holding your phone. I assume all countries have the same issues, people texting on their phone while they're driving. So I would say anything that detracts from you having two hands on the wheel and focusing on driving. You are operating a killing machine. Oh, that was strong. How do you know when someone likes you? Or we talk about just like friends. They normally say kind words. They say something nice, or oh, I really like you. People say that, or oh, we've got a lot in common, or thank you for being my friend, or yeah, just people just say, don't they? Surely, make sure you say to someone today, oh, I think we've got a lot in common, something like that. If you had to live on one candy for the rest of your life, what would you choose? So one sweet for the rest of your life. Do like a nice chewy sweet because they last longer, or a nice sucky sweet like aniseed, or mints like sucky mints, hard boiled sweets. I wouldn't say chocolate particularly. I eat chocolate, but I'd rather have chocolate with something in. Oh, I've just had the nicest chocolate bar. I have to show you one next time. It's about that big square, and it's like squares of chocolate that you can snap and break. And the flavour I've had, it's white chocolate, and inside each square is mango and passion fruit. Oh my goodness, it's delightful. Really nice. Mike's had the peppermint one. What were the other two we tried? He had the chocolate mousse one, but that had less squares, even though it was the same size. And he said, why has it got less squares? And I said, oh, it's probably because they've pumped sort of the moussey in. It's like proper chocolate mousse. Hey there, you're not late. You're always on time. You can hardly say anything when I don't know what the time is. And we worked out the problem last time, Blue. My computer suddenly started saying completely the wrong time. And Mike's looked at it all day today. It's been fine. Yesterday he put it right, and then an hour later it changed time again. So there's been a bit of an infiltration, I think, somehow in my computer. But it seems to be all right now. We cleaned it all and got rid of stuff and had to put the free app blockers back on, because when you really clean the computer, it takes those down. Threatened to fry his microchips and serve them with ketchup. You're so funny. You're really funny. Yeah, so what was the fourth one? Oh, because we bought two each. They were, I think, 179, I think, for like this big sort of square bar. And I'm not keen on nutty things with chocolate. I'm not really keen on nuts per se, not in chocolate. So Mike had the mousse one and the peppermint. I had this white chocolate with mango and passion fruit. The other one I had was marzipan. I do like a bit of marzipan. So he said, well, choose one for next time. What one will you have if I get you another one? I said, oh, this white chocolate with mango and passion fruit. Oh, it's delightful. So that's I will say that one then. So the question was, if you had to live on one candy for the rest of your life, what would you choose? I'm going to go for that. Oh, you make marzipan. Oh, I love it. I didn't ever like Christmas cake as a child, but I'd always help to do the marzipan bit. And I used to just eat the marzipan. Okay, what group, real or made up, would you like to join? Oh, let's think of a made up one. What group, real or made up, would you like to join? Oh, I need time to think of this. Could come up with something very creative. What group, real or made up, would you like to join? Oh, this is hard. Oh, what group? Oh, come on, Blue. You must have an answer. You're really good at these ones. With Rick when you need him. What group, real or made up, would you like to join? Oh, can't think. Oh, I'm not often stumped for an answer. It's because it could be a really cool answer. Oh, here we go. I'm not a group person, really. Laugh out loud. People in groups tend to make me not like them eventually, no matter how well-meaning they were in the beginning. So you're being the solo group. The solo group. What would you call your group for one? Your unique group. What would you call it? Oh, I don't know what group we all made up. If you'd like to join. The solitary practitioner group. Very good. Very good. It's got to be some food testing group, I think. If we're talking real, I think I'd like to be like food taster group, go around restaurants. Like what do you call it? What do you call it? The ones who go and taste all the food for free and like what do you call it? What's the word? Like you write about the food, but I don't want to do the writing bit. Like review, restaurant reviewer, but not do the writer. The rest of the group can do the writing. Hey, how you doing? Buddy Biggs, how you doing there? Nice to see you. Lovely to see you here. I'm answering some weird questions. If you want to add your answers, feel free. They don't do it for free, hun. That's my group. That's my group. My group is we get paid to go. That's what my group's called now, Blue. You pay us to come and eat your food, and someone might write something nice. Yeah, it's my group. Do you want to join my group? Yeah, that's my group. It's my rules in my group. Oh dear. What is something you need to start doing to become a happier person? Oh, Blue says those reviewers on TikTok and stuff, don't watch it. Try to get everything for free, really annoying business owners. Yeah. Blue, I will also volunteer as a free food critic. It's my group. Blue didn't want to be in that group. You can't join her group. She's got a solo group. Oh, you can eat at mine anytime for free, hon. Oh. What is something you need to start doing to become a happier person? Being more well, being physically more able, and to go back to my abilities of years ago. that would make me very happy. Not to go back to my life, to be here, but then I wouldn't have been here where I am now. But no, that was it. What do you need to start doing? Well, you all know, a couple of weeks ago, I was on my exercise bike every live. I was trying to get fitter as best I can, and I was going on more walks, and I was going to start exercising. I started the exercise bike thing, and obviously after the accident, that's really set that all right back. Don't worry about what people are going to say when I put out videos that may be controversial to some. Oh, that's a brilliant answer. Oh, well, even if you make the best video going, people are still going to just come up with some rubbish anyway, aren't they? You don't make videos for other people. You make what you want to say. That's the whole point. Positivity and good works are so important to be happy, as well as being as physical as you're able. Yeah, I like to be more physical than I'm able. I do things I'm told I can't do. You can do what you want to do, and you can push yourself. I think that's the difference. It's a case of pushing to do what you want to do, and not just physically, but in life. Yeah, some don't consider you don't live where they do. No, this is true. I get what you're saying there, Blue, for sure. Okay, what memory would you like to erase from your mind? Oh, I was thinking about something the other day, so that's all I'm saying. Isn't it funny how things can just pop back in your head, things you thought had gone, and why do they bother you so much when it's been and gone? You can't do anything about anything. Yeah. Some don't consider you don't live where they do. I just read that. So yeah, any bad memory. I do that naturally. I tend to file 13 things. File 13 things. Oh dear. Okay, what style of dance would you like to master? Well, as soon as I could do just about everything and anything, I've talked about this before. The only thing I didn't do, I did acrobatics, but I was never like exceptional at acrobatics. So that's something perhaps, but it doesn't matter how much I would have tried to do it. I didn't have, there was something with my back. There was something with my back that wouldn't be flexible ever. So I couldn't have got better at that. But that's something I think would be quite cool to do, that sort of thing, definitely. But anything else, yeah, I did professionally most styles of dance. So yeah, I'll say that. I'd say like full contortionist type acrobatics. So that's not good for you, but you know what I'm saying, like ultra amazing things, but not good for you. And obviously, the types of dancing and stuff I was doing, they don't allow you on contract to do things like that. If you're contracted to be in certain things, because you could get injured. So with that, what would not be a very appealing job offer? What would not be a very appealing job offer? Anything where you have to work for someone else, I would say now. About as gracefully as a hippo and about as coordinated as three-footed goose. So dance has never been a thing for me. You should have come to me, because my challenge is everybody can learn to dance, no matter what. I find what suits everybody, and everybody ends up after lesson 1 being able to dance. If it's ballroom, you pick a dance, and I will get you going completely round the room on lesson 1. None of this take a whole like term of dance to learn the hold and this and this and this. Day 1, you will get round the room. That's what people want. So that's what I used to do. The job, being asked to be a Tory. I could have guessed that from you. Yeah, any job where you've got a massive company and you've got like the CEOs or the directors or whatever, they don't work, and you're doing all the work and they get all the money and all the glory. So yeah, practically anything like that. I couldn't do any job where you have the kind of like take advantage of people to make you money. Yeah, that's similar sort of thought, isn't it? Where you're doing all the work. Oh, we were watching a program the other day when it was some detective thing, and I said I would never want to be the second in command of anything, because I think they were doing a murder case or whatever, and the second in command was literally running everything, and then the person above, not the like commissioner or whatever, but on the floor, they took all the glory, but the second in command was literally the runner, doing everything, getting all the workers to do the right thing. So anything second in command, I'd rather be in the pits than the second in command, because you've got to do more work and it falls on you if things go wrong. Yes. We've done that card. I've got to be careful because I dropped these, and so now I don't know what we've done and what ones we haven't done. So if I recognise a question, it's like we've done that one. I think we've done that one. I don't know if we've done this one. What is one thing you should never do to somebody else? I talked about this last live about pranking. Having a laugh, great, and a joke, great, but doing something nasty and calling it a prank, no. Can't stay longer. I'm glad I caught you. I'll come back. I think where you communicate your positive view is really nice. Oh, what a lovely comment. Oh, thank you for that. Oh, I'm going to write your channel down because I'm pretty certain that I'm not on your channel. Wait, let me find. Oh, it's very hot. Got my leg up. I'm trying to lean over and get some paper. Let me see. Let's write you down. I think that's such a lovely comment. You know what? You know, on when people comment on your channel and you can pin it, that'd be nice if you could pin on these, really, wouldn't it? Where did you know me from? Seeing as you got treasure hunting, are you from? I'm with lots of treasure hunting channels. Where do you know me from? Where do you know me from? Oh, thumbs up. Blue's answering the question, but I've forgotten the question. What's one thing you should never do to someone else? Force your opinion and demand respect. Blue, hope you have a nice day too. Oh, that's lovely. Oh, nice to meet you. You have a great day. You have a great day. Something you should never do to someone else. So as I say, I think nasty pranks. I don't like that word, prank. I don't like that. What always makes you sleepy? What always makes you sleepy? travelling in the car. It wears me out. I'm not driving. Oh, it does the same to Mike now as well. It must be an age thing. Coffee makes you sleepy. Oh no, coffee wakes me up. Yeah, Mike finds the same. If we've been out in the car, I just get so tired. I've been like that for a long time, actually. I just get exhausted. I think it's a brain thing that I have to move around a lot, which is why I try and keep my lives not much more than an hour, because I find there if I get up, it's hard to sort of move. So I think it's sitting in a car and being like still all that time. I would say that. Oh, prank has become a happy word for bullying. Yeah, that's actually hit the nail right on the head there, Blue. Yeah, absolutely. I can't get how all these colleges and that still do all this pranky thing. Another guy just had a court case, and it was from way back, but they'd actually, I don't know if they tied him to a chair or whatever to do this. It's American, isn't it? This or what they call it, to get in the group things. And so they take it and they poured all drink down his throat and all sorts of things. He ended up, I think he was sick and choked on his own vomit or something. And he became brain damaged and totally paralysed. Hazing, that's it, hazing. Yeah, another permitted excuse for bullying and abuse. So those people go on to be society and whatever else. Yeah, I think it's awful. I really do. I can't see how that's right and acceptable. No. What is the oddest thing about your body? Oddest? Oh, we talked about this before, didn't we? The hairs. Well, I had the long hair on the arm, and where did you have your long hair on your leg, was it? I think you said on behind your knee, was it? I think you said behind your knee. Yes. So I think maybe we did have that card then. I don't know. I need to sort these cards out because I don't know what ones we've had now. Oh, we haven't done this card. Yeah, behind your knee. See the things I remember about you, Blue. In years to come, I'll be like, oh, yes, I remember Blue. She was the one who had the hair behind her knee. That's imprinted on my mind now. What's the thing, Blue, you will always remember about me? Play the game back. You can say one thing about me and don't make it a nice thing, just like, what's the thing? You'll be like, oh yes, I remember doing well, yes. Yes, I remember, Dawn. Your laugh and pure joy at life. Oh, you did see me laugh an hour ago. I'm like a blooming yo-yo at the moment. I really am. I was like, I don't want to do anything. I didn't want to go and watch a YouTube. You know, when you get days when it's normally bad weather makes me like that because I feel trapped. I can't go out and I can't do gardening and all that. And obviously I'm a bit trapped at the minute. I've got plenty I could be doing, but I just don't want to. And I like a yo-yo. And then I said, right, go and watch somebody's. I've got a lot of channels to catch up on. Got tons still and I'm getting behind the more days I leave it. So I watched Ashley, actually, was one of the ones I caught up on. Watched Ashley and his gardening. What is one thing you were terribly wrong about? Ooh. One thing you were terribly wrong about. Thinking I'd sprained my ankle. I've actually done a lot more damage. So I'm really pleased I had it checked out now. That was pretty bad. Or after my accident, thinking I'd be all right eventually. I said to them, would I be able to play instruments? So I think they went, oh, no. And they went, what did you play? I went, nothing. I was wrong about Bam. Oh, when he was little, could have sworn he was going to be gay. Oh, and he's so not. Oh, right. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. Okay, then. Oh, bless. Oh. How old is he now? I mean, I see him on the videos, but I don't know how old he is. How old is he? He used to pinch my clothes and shoes and make up all the time. Why not? I remember, though, at infant school, when you had that like time you can go, there was tables with sort of things set out, building bricks, or you could go and play dress up, or I never liked playing that. I didn't want to put on old clothes, but dress up, or you could go and play, I don't know, colouring, I don't know. But you could go anywhere and play anything for a certain time. And I remember, I mean, no disrespect to council estates, but a lot of the children were from council estates. So they were the hard boys, like even little, they were sort of, type boys. And they all went in the dress up area and they all put on the fairy dresses and the princess dresses and all that. So, it's play. It really is play. Oh, he's 32. I thought he was older for some reason. Oh, he's 32. Cool. Yeah, so it's play, isn't it? It's play. What's wrong with it? It's play. What is your greatest source of stress? I was talking about this similar as well. It's waiting for appointments, like actually being at the appointment, whether it be doctor, dentist, interview. I've never have I had interviews. I've had about 3 interviews, but they were always, the first one was just to experience an interview, so I wasn't bothered about getting the job. One was for cable TV, and I got the job, and I knew I was going to get the job because it was, I nearly said a word then, but it was easy, very easy. I was like, well, I can get that. Auditions to me aren't interviews. I did have an interview for something else, but again, I wasn't bothered by it. So I've never been worried like that, those sort of things. But appointments for, with the Blue with the disability, every year you have to go and like prove you're still disabled and all that, meets those things. So it's just the waiting. I like to get early for an appointment, but then I don't like waiting. I don't know. Yeah, exactly. It's play. They should be allowed to just experience their world that way. That's what it is. Play, isn't it? I mean, you don't say when you play like what was called mummies and daddies, and you don't have one, oh, you be the baby, and they're like, oh, they're not a baby. Have they got some issue? It's silly, isn't it? My lack of proper internet. Oh, that could be annoying. Yes, nightmare indeed. Oh dear. We're quite all right now. When we were first here, the thing with a small island is there's not much option so you haven't got loads of companies and whatever. And when we were first here, there was only one option that would do to our rural area, and it was no good. And you were paying a higher price to get something that you wasn't getting. But we're all right now. We're with Epic now. So if anyone's listening from Cyprus, switch to Epic. Switch to Epic. What makes you gag? I can't clean my back teeth. I do clean them, but even putting a toothbrush near my back teeth, anything near the back of my throat, and I'm sure that stems from having loads of breathing tubes. Obviously, I'm out when they go down, but when they come out, I think it's from that. I can't gargle. Yeah, I can. I put mouthwash in and kind of swish it about. Kind of swish it about. But no. What is something you remember about yourself when you were younger? Oh, about myself rather than remembering something you remember about yourself. Oh, I've talked about this before. When I tripped in my nan's garden and my head went in a fish pond. I'm sure it was just an old small sink. And I remember my head in the water. Literally, my whole head was in this thing and seeing her goldfish swimming around. I remember that. I think I was three. Now, sometimes people say, "Oh, you see a photo, so it sparks memories," or someone says, "Oh, someone talks about what you saw or what you did, so you think you saw it." No one else saw this goldfish swimming around my head. That is totally my memory. I just used to take off and go walking in the woods or the cliffs. Oh, what sort of age are you talking there? What sort of age was that? Yeah, mine's definitely my memory. No one else saw those goldfish. I can see it now. 7 to 14. 7 to 14. Wow. If you invented a car, what would be a distinguishing feature? It could fly. And you could get from here to there really quick. I'm obsessed with this. So it would fly. It would be in the air and it could go super fast to get you from here to there. Yeah. Oh dear. And in the future, I want to do this quick transportation method somehow from here to another country, just and you're there. And in years to come, when this is invented, if we'll go, "Oh, do you remember that Dawn? She used to want that. Shame she's dead now and she never got to experience it." A decent boat. Mike built a kit car. It's like a sort of small sports car. I don't know what it was based on. A small sports car. And his boot was far bigger, like deep, was far bigger than my friend who, I don't know what car, but she had like a modern car. And she could not believe all the things Mike put in his boot. Could not. I don't want to be around in the future either. I think it's getting quite crazy as life is now, really. I'm getting one of those people in the good old days. In the good old days. We have a Ford Mondeo, so not a little car, but we still have to put the back seats down to put my walker in. Yeah, quite annoying to actually put things in, isn't it? You want the Pope Mobile. You could actually walk in there. And you can wave out the top. Even taxi struggle. Yeah, these disabled taxis. I used to have one of those, what they call it now. Oh, I'm not very good at remembering things if I don't use the word. I assume you have it in your area. They're like the red mobility buses, but you phone up and they come to your door and they have like the wheelchair lift and that on the back. I forget what it's called. And you can call them up anytime they come to you. But their day, you might have to stop at other people's houses and pick them up. No clue. No, I don't know what it's called. What's the time? We'll do 2 more. What activity would be difficult to perform in the dark? Mime. I've been told because I refuse to have home help to shower me, I can't have anything else. That is so disgusting, isn't it? So disgusting. I was lucky enough that because of my condition was so rare, it was only 3 people in the world, the whole like mix of it all, that they said I would have, this was quite lucky for me. I had more insight as to what I needed than anyone. No one could tell me what I needed because, you know, it's so vast and it can be so variable. So that money that you would have got like a home help or private person or whatever, they gave me the money they reckoned I needed 2 people, like, so it was 24-hour care. So I'd have a night one and a day one, because at that point I was just going into comas constantly and not coming out of them. So they actually gave me the money to provide and find my own care. So I had to be happy with them. I had to be confident that the person would do it. And I was going out with Mike not long after that. And I said, you've got to be on like total availability. And so we did it like that, basically. Making dinner. What was the question? Oh, what activity would be difficult to perform in the dark? Really is. It's several triggering too. I find difficult to hug people, let alone anything like that. Oh, bless you. Bless you. I wish I could be there for you, Blue. I really do. Okay, last question, and then I'm out of here. What do you love most about your hometown? Well, I don't have a hometown. I have an abandoned village with only 6 people, including me and Mike. You're all good. Oh. What was the question? Oh, I've lost the card now. I just pushed them all together. Oh, what do you love best about your hometown? I like that there isn't lots of people here. I like that there's more goats than people in my whole region. I like that I can walk for miles and most of the time not come across anyone. If I do, it's normally a farmer driving his truck. I'm not sure I have a town I can call hometown, but where I live, like the markets, markets. Could you film the markets? That would be fun. I put a short up, and it was when I went to Timmy Market, which is towards Paphos. It's only a small market, but it's an outdoor market. And for my short, I'm just grabbing bits of what I've already put on YouTube. It's easier for me. And at Timmy Market, I was just scanning along one fruit stall. And for a short, I've just put, it's got music behind it because obviously it's off my videos. So I can only do 15 seconds. So 15 seconds of scanning the fruit. And that's got something like 2K views. So people like fruit. I could do. We'll chat to Bam, see if he wants to come out one day. Oh, it'd be lovely. Yeah, so there you go, and stick a part of it up as a short. Scan the veg and the fruit. We'll see how many you get on that. So yeah, when you filmed it, take a bit out, copy it for the short. Yeah, you should get some good views on that. Oh dear. Yeah, it's funny. People assume here is like a lot of Europe, say France, or not so much Portugal. They don't have so many markets. It's mostly France. Spain, and you go out and they've got like markets every week, or France is the big one for that, isn't it? And then some villages in France will have, say, one day a clothing market, the next day a fruit market, or once a month crafts come in and all that. People just assume here, and the volunteer we just had, she said, oh, what date's your village market? No, can't I just go and buy some fruit and veg at a market? Where's the nearest one? I went, over an hour away. Oh dear. So that was quite funny. Yeah. Yeah, not so much. There are places, but not like lots of little village markets and that. We have more festivals when you go to a village and you get stuff like that. But it's because all the farmers sell directly to the shop. So if you go in a shop, you won't have what you get there, like your pre-packaged fruit and veg and in plastic and all that. Here it's direct from the farm, and we get the funny shaped stuff and all that. So, but there are a few markets, but in like main town Limassol, and there's a big, it's like a big indoor building. They do like fish and meat and all that, but they're not like everywhere, like a little village market with stuff like that. So, not at all. I have to admit, I do prefer Kirkgate Market in Leeds, but the Shambles Market here is fun too. I like a market where there's all sorts. So this is why I like this Timmy Market. It's not very big, but there's a little bit of clothes. There's a little bit of vegetables and fruit. There's a little bit of what I call car boot. It's not car boot, but there's like a couple of stalls that got sort of stuff like that. That's where I got the snake plant from. That isn't the snake plant on YouTube. I got that from there. The lavender, not lavender. I always put lavender, rosemary. Got the rosemary from there. So yeah, I like a little bit of everything. So I would say I probably miss. I did like going to car boot sales and things like that. So I tend to watch a lot of channels that go to these like charity shops and those sort of videos. I really do like that. And a channel that I'm really loving, I've watched her for years, but she's changed her channel name now, is My Mountain Home and Kitchen. And she buys to resell. She keeps a lot of stuff as well, and she's just put a couple really good ones up. And her charity place she buys from, you don't pay for the stuff as in it's priced. You actually get a trolley, and they've pre-weighed the trolleys, and you put in whatever you want to buy, and they sell it on weight. So when you put everything in you want, they weigh it, the trolley, take off the weight that they know the trolley is, and you buy everything by weight. So if you buy lots of light things, you're getting it for really cheap. But if you're buying, she bought lots of heavy tablecloths, so obviously that started costing. So yeah, it is cool. She's been there before. A few years ago I saw her go to this, but this time she was braver and she took some pictures and that inside. But yeah, really good. So if you buy lots of papery things, that'd be really good. Right, I'm going to go, but before I go, I'll show you what I am making. I did talk about this on my last live. A long time ago, I had this colour rope I was given because they knew I like making crafts, and he said, I thought you could make something with that. So I'm starting my basket. That's how far I've got. I'm time-lapsing doing it. I've just got to work out, I want to use all of it up. So I'm just trying to figure out how big the bottom can be before I start going up the sides with what's left. Because I want to use it all up, just making one basket. So I've got to figure out, I keep trying to just sort of do it round and then kind of try and figure out going round the top, but you can't do it really with the rope. So yeah, see, now I'm incapacitated. I've been putting this off for a long time. It's just been sitting in my craft cupboard. So I thought, right, I'm going to, oh, the colour's pretty. Oh, that's so pretty. I thought, yeah. It's actually easier to sew than I thought it would be. I thought it was going to kill my hands. Oh, thanks. I just like the colours of the rope. So, yeah, I'm not quite sure how I can figure it out. Maybe I can peg it first and then mark with a peg where I've gone up and up, figure it out. But I'm not sure I want to sew the sides because I think you'll see the stitches. I was contemplating I've got some like kebab sticks, and I was contemplating digging these in kind of in like that, and not weaving per se, but somehow trying to push the rope through the sticks. So I've got to consider that. I might try that, I don't know. But yeah, that's what I'm doing right now. So hopefully there will be progress on it. Okay, thanks for being here, Blue. Oh, not sure they'll be strong enough. No, I'll probably have to sew. At least sewing it, it's firm. At least sewing it. We'll see. I'll consider. I just didn't want to keep stitching. I think it's all right. Now I've shown it to you, it's not so bad seeing the stitching. But when I'm in the other room, it's really light. I'm like, You can sew it from the inside. Oh, that's difficult. Difficult. But yes, we will see. We will see. Okay, thanks for being there, Blue. Thanks to everyone who popped on or was lurking in the background. Thank you for being here. Have a lovely rest of your day or your evening or your tomorrow. Take it easy. Have an awesome one. And you too. You are the awesome one. Till next time, guys. As always, Meraki.